Hello, everybody, and welcome here to the Sports Talk Network channel, and welcome here to my review for WrestleMania 34. Played out, just finished mere moments ago. Brock Lesnar retaining his WWE Universal Championship, defeating Roman Reigns with, I think it was 5, 6, 6, 7, 5, whatever number of 5 it took for Brock Lesnar to retain his championship. I myself did pretty well in the predictions. Also, those that want to, welcome to follow me on Twitter at WWE Podcast. I do have my pay-per-view live Insta poll there. Welcome to vote there. Great, good, okay, or terrible. And voting what your thoughts are for WrestleMania as a whole, overall. So let's welcome my two guests here this evening. First, let's welcome LPH. LPH is good. How you doing?
I'm doing good. But I thought women were gonna win like legit, like on paper. Then after that 7-5, Brock won. Again, like I could get the other message, but everyone didn't know women gonna win due by the news and all that stuff about Brock Lesnar, but he's still champion, and my head hurt because of that. And not with the Nakamura and AJ Styles stuff or the Asuka stuff, it's the main event hurt my head. That ending hurt my head. Damn it.
All right, moving right along to Blue X. How you doing? I know you had your live stream for WrestleMania through the whole show. So how was that?
Oh my gosh, I'm legitimately exhausted. What a WrestleMania, man. It was insane. It was so unpredictable. I was like oh for like everything. And it was crazy that we will talk about the ending when you get to it, but overall, man, WrestleMania for me was phenomenal. It was phenomenal.
Yeah, it certainly was. It was pretty dang good, and I was surprised with getting some of the matches actually correct in my predictions. I know heading into WrestleMania, my prediction show, I kind of dubbed it the night of change, meaning changing of titles. Thought a lot of titles would change, and ironically, a lot of them did change. Though the one we thought was going to be the easiest one, and as I said, that was going to be the easiest one for everybody to predict. I know pretty much everybody on our panel on the show, or on Steve's Wrestling Ramble, the show associated with this channel, predicted Roman Reigns to defeat Brock Lesnar. So the one title we assumed was automatically going to change. And also we assumed, and it was, the main event of the show did not end up being the way that we thought it would end up being. But let's rewind all the way back 7 hours earlier, 6 hours earlier, many hours earlier. It feels like a whole day earlier ago. Starting off in the pre-show with the Andre the Giant Memorial Battle Royal, where in the end, Woken Matt Hardy won with the assistance of Bray Wyatt. So we just want to get your thoughts there on that match, your thoughts on how everything went down there, and Matt Hardy being the winner of the Andre the Giant Memorial Battle Royal.
I was shocked. I didn't know that Matt Hardy was going to win that match. I was like, and then when it was weird when Bray Wyatt came out, and then he helped Matt Hardy, and then when Matt Hardy eliminated whoever he eliminated last, and then the bell didn't automatically ring. So I'm like, is Bray Wyatt in the match? And then the bell did ring, and it was just confusing. I'm just like, okay, well, Matt Hardy's the winner. And I thought, it was a good win for him. You know what I'm saying? Definitely going to help his career. It's good to see what's going to happen with him and Bray Wyatt. You know what I'm saying? What they're going to do, this new faction, and what's going to happen when Jeff Hardy comes back. And so I'm excited to see what's going to happen with them going forward.
Yeah, and I even said already on Twitter from the get-go I was going to be incorrect because my prediction was a returning Big Cass. And I saw there's no interest for anybody for the men's battle royal. They just started. Pretty much everybody was in the ring. They announced it, and there we go. But, yeah, congratulations to Bray Wyatt. But I predicted Big Cass. I thought that was going to be a big return and him getting a win and starting off his return with big momentum and like that. But moving on to the second match of the pre-show, crowning a new Cruiserweight champion, Cedric Alexander defeating Mustafa Ali there in the tournament finals. Your thoughts on the match and the ultimate winner?
The matches, it went exactly how I knew it was going to be, how I thought it should have been on the main card. It was a phenomenal back and forth match, very high risk. 205 Live, they're all about high risk, high reward. Great match by those two. Congratulations to Cedric Alexander being the new Cruiserweight champion. Well deserved, but taking nothing away from Ali. He's going to be Cruiserweight champion down the road sooner or later, but that match was definitely A+ for me, and it deserved to be on the main card. But they showed out. They did exactly what they needed to do, and they laid it on the line and left it all in the ring. It was great. So congratulations again to Cedric.
Yeah, congratulations, Cedric. I know I picked Mustafa. That would have been a better story to have him being the one winner, but in the end, he got the win, and I'm certainly happy for him. So there you go. And moving on to the third and final match of the pre-show, the first ever women's Battle Royal, simply named the WrestleMania Women's Battle Royal. Next year, hopefully, will be memorialized to somebody. But in this one, in the end, Naomi being the one to take the win, though we did have a couple of entrances before the match started. So your thoughts overall on the first ever women's Battle Royal match, pretty much, and thoughts on Naomi being the surprise winner, at least to me.
Honestly, I was disappointed. Like, I was really hoping to see Sasha Banks and Bayley do something at the end. I thought they was going to be I thought they were the final two, and I thought they was going to have like a nice, maybe not a lengthy fight before somebody got eliminated, but at least do something for a little bit to, continue that storyline. And then, like, where did Naomi even come from? Because, like, when I was watching, I know I was, like, going back and forth with my chat, and I was trying to figure out, like, it seemed like when Becky got eliminated, I thought Naomi got eliminated, and then Naomi didn't even return to the ring. They pulled the Jerry Lawler with Naomi. She was sitting out there for the rest of the match until the very end. So I'm just like, where the hell she even come from? I mean, I love Naomi. I'm happy that she won, but I really wanted to see what they was going to do with Sasha and Bayley. Like, they should, if that was the case, I think Sasha and Bayley should have just had their own match. Like I said before, and when we did our prediction episode, it should have been Sasha and Bayley for the title, and they should have continued with the great storyline that they have. And we already know those two can have like the best women's matches. So I was a little disappointed in it. I thought it went, I understand it was on the kickoff show. It seemed like they rushed it. You know what I'm saying? And then they kind of teased us with the whole Carmella thing, dumping her out early. So, you know what I'm saying? We thought that was going to be a prelude to later on, but that didn't happen. But overall, I was a little disappointed. I'm happy Naomi won. I'm proud of her. She deserves it, but it could have been much more. It could have been much more than it was.
For sure. And I was surprised, too, with Naomi being the winner, because I was thinking the same way you were thinking when Becky Lynch was eliminated. I thought she was eliminated, too. So when we had what I thought was the ending, which I even predicted it to go down that way, Sasha Banks and Bayley then somewhat turning or just eliminating Sasha Banks and winning the match. My prediction was Bayley in that way from a prediction show. So when that happened, I was a little bit happy. Then you're not hearing her music, and then her turning around and seeing Naomi, I was like, oh, okay, I guess Naomi's still in the match, and in the end, she won. So it was surprising to me in that vein as well. And with Carmella being the first one eliminated, I did think as well that maybe we probably would have a cash-in, whether successful or not, and all that other stuff. Either way, I thought it was going to happen in either women's title match, which is why here on this channel, I did a live reaction to both title matches. So moving right along now to the main card, the first match of the main card being the triple threat for the WWE Intercontinental Championship. Seth Rollins defeating Finn Balor and The Miz to become the new Intercontinental Champion, as I predicted. So that makes sense. Now he's a Triple Crown winner and Triple Crown champion. So congratulations to Seth Rollins. And now all members of the Shield do have that moniker to be part of their each and every name. So what are your thoughts on that match, the opening match, and Seth Rollins getting the dub?
Oh man, I was so hyped. I was like at first they kind of swerved me again. You know what I'm saying? First when Seth came out, he had them eyes and the suit. I was like, okay. And then the Miz came out. He was wearing some craziness. He looked like almost looking like the Velveteen Dream coming out there. I'm like with the glasses, and I was like, wait a minute, the Miz already coming out. Are we gonna get the Demon? Are we gonna get Demon? But no, we didn't get Demon. Balor came out with the Balor Club and the representing for LGBTQ, which was great. I thought that was good. And then the match itself was phenomenal. Those three guys can always go. And I had Finn Balor winning, but he didn't win. So hopefully, you know what I'm saying, we already know the Miz is probably going to be stepping away for a little bit. So it's gonna be good to see if Seth Rollins and Finn Balor have a rivalry going into like the next pay-per-view. So overall, A+ match for me again, and congratulations Seth Rollins for picking up that title and becoming a Grand Slam champion with his brethren in the Shield. So it's crazy. He was the first one to be WWE champion, the last one to be Grand Slam champion, but he finally got it. So congratulations to him.
Yeah, moving on from the night, so a match that, at least to me, consider being in consideration for me as match of the night for WrestleMania 34. SmackDown Women's Championship match, Charlotte Flair versus Asuka. Charlotte Flair defeating Asuka. Now, it didn't go exactly as I thought it would go, with Charlotte winning and then Carmella cashing in, but Charlotte did win, did end the streak. Now, I didn't think it would be crazy or dumb ideas where people were saying Asuka to have the streak for another year and maybe Ronda Rousey, then defeating her there in New York at WrestleMania 35. But I thought it would just be a little bit too long to have her still have the said streak. So I thought you have a perfect opportunity here at WrestleMania 34 here with Asuka facing Charlotte Flair. Really, who else but Charlotte? Maybe Sasha Banks. Ronda Rousey, even within a year, I don't think they would have made the most sense. So you have that right in front of you. Have Charlotte be the one to defeat her, retain her title, and the streak. And also, you're in New Orleans, same place where The Undertaker ended. His streak was ended at WrestleMania 4 years earlier in New Orleans. They're in the Mercedes-Benz Superdome by Brock Lesnar. Asuka's streak now, 4 years later, ended Mercedes-Benz Superdome, WrestleMania 34. They're in the same location. So makes sense, New Orleans now being the place where streaks go to end. So there we go. What are your thoughts on the match? And Charlotte Flair, shockingly, to some people, winning and retaining her title.
Shocking. I was fully, and if I was a betting man and I had $1 million to bet on this one match, I would have put it all on Asuka and I would have lost every single cent and I would have been pissed. I was for sure thought that Asuka was gonna win this match. I was shocked. My mouth was open. I think I kept screaming, "Oh my God," for like 5 minutes straight because I couldn't believe that Charlotte ended the streak. I mean, overall, the match was great. The match was great storytelling, back and forth. It was so good. And then with Charlotte, her arm it was bleeding. It was just so good. And then when she hit the figure 4 into the figure 8, I'm like, okay, Asuka, how you going to get out of this? And then she started tapping and like time stood still for me. I couldn't believe it. I'm like, did Charlotte just make Asuka tap? And I'm like, okay. Then my mind started, all right, it's okay. Charlotte retains. Where's Carmella? Where's Carmella? I'm thinking, and I thought Asuka was going to turn on Charlotte, and then, Carmella's going to come out. That didn't happen. And then when the whole Cena thing happened, that kind of took away from that ending moment, when the ref came and got Cena. But other than that, the match was great. Congratulations to Charlotte for ending the streak. And now we actually get to see Asuka not be so dominant, as she was. She's actually going to start losing matches here and there. So it's good to see. And but I'm still shocked. I still couldn't believe it. I didn't think it was going to happen tonight, but it did. So congratulations to Charlotte.
Yeah, it certainly was surprising. I definitely will have to go back on your own channel and go to that part of your reaction and see your reaction there. Specifically when that moment happened for me over on this channel when I did my live reaction. Yeah, I was happy doing some Tiger Woods fist pumps of joy with the win of Charlotte. Not just because we got the prediction right, but because I think that would made the most sense. And for Asuka, she will be a women's champion at some point. Will it be SummerSlam, WrestleMania? Who knows? Could be one of the other pay-per-views. But I think again, you had it right in front of you. You're in New Orleans. Undertaker's streak ended there. Have another streak end there. And now moving forward, Asuka going into each match, it's not as so predictable. People eye rolling every time they're predicting Asuka matches for pay-per-views and otherwise. Then again, depending on who her opponent is, but beyond that, still, having that uncertainty, and that's what you want for WWE. Each and every match you want to have that unknown. Could go either way. As I saw it, heading into this one with Charlotte Flair, that's why I picked Charlotte Flair, and unequivocally picked Charlotte Flair for the win and to retain the title. I wasn't shocked, but I still was a little bit surprised. Though I did have belief in my pick, and I also was waiting for the cue. You know, where's Carmella? Where's her theme? You know, theme music. I was ready for her to come out there, win the title, and I could celebrate even more in that live reaction. But in the end, Charlotte Flair winning makes sense. Made the most sense in that situation, and I really do hope her title reign continues all the way to SummerSlam. I'm not saying all the way to WrestleMania, but all the way to SummerSlam at least. I think that would be splendiferous and awesome if that was the case, where Charlotte Flair's title reign is SmackDown Women's Champion. Also, I mean, not also, but before I move on to the next match, I want to go to the live chat to those that are with us. Thank you. Strowman Rollins here saying, sup first. It didn't make any sense. 8 all right hours. Boss Gamer Bra said he liked this WrestleMania, one of the best to him. And he sees how some people hate on WrestleMania 34. And he also called it for Charlotte to win as well. Well, there you go. We both going the same way, at least in that regard, in that specific match there. Excuse me. Moving right along, the not triple threat, fatal four-way for the United States Championship. Jinder Mahal,
God.
modern day Maharaja Jinder Mahal, defeating Randy Orton, Rusev, and Bobby Roode. And didn't I say it so unequivocally, so relaxing and so in a right frame of mind on Thursday, saying that not only would Jinder Mahal, modern day Maharaja Jinder Mahal, would win the United States Championship, but I think I also said that he would pin this guy named Rusev and just crush, everybody that loves Rusev, crush Rusev Day into smithereens and take his soul. But Rusev taking the L, as I predicted, and Jinder Mahal winning the championship also, as I predicted, though I don't get extra points for that. I just get the 1 point for predicting Jinder Mahal correctly, and Jinder Mahal is now the United States champion. Saying relevancy as I would hope and thought that was the best way to go. The former WWE champion, we don't want him to fall off the dang cliff and go all the way back to relevancy. Have him U.S. champion, have him for at least a 3 to 5 month title reign, and then you can move on from there. Rusev, Orton, specifically Orton, Roode, they're going to be fine. Rusev, we'll see how he bounces back. He's not buried, but it's certainly not helping his cause moving forward, especially with how high up Rusev Day was. But as I said, heading into it, he got the spot in the match, and not going to the Andre the Giant Memorial Battle Royal even to win it, if that was a plan for him to be booked that way, but put in this U.S. title match, not to win, but to satisfy the fans, maybe even get some more network subs and ticket sales and otherwise. I mean, that's business. But not to win the match. Again, as I said Thursday, just because he was rewarded for his merch sales and being great in that doesn't automatically equate that he was going to then win said United States Championship. So, Jinder Mahal, congratulations on winning the championship. I want to get your thoughts on the match, on Jinder Mahal, because I'm sure, or I'm not sure, probably not. You had a long night. But at that moment when Jinder Mahal, 1, 2, 3, you hear that music, you hear them announcing Jinder Mahal, new United States champion. I'm sure your boy Steve was in your mind a little bit, maybe for a half second, and then you moved right along. But yeah, Jinder Mahal getting that dub and Rusev taking the L. What are your thoughts?
First of all, congratulations, Steve, because I know when that moment happened, you was probably one of the happiest mother effers on the planet. The biggest robbery in WrestleMania history was Jinder Mahal winning the United States Championship and not having Rusev win it on Rusev Day. It was the biggest robbery of all time in my book. Okay. Congratulations to Jinder. What a year he's having. Okay. WWE champion, now United States champion. Hey, he's doing his thing. But Rusev is so over right now, and he deserves that title. He deserves it. Now, going forward, if it's Jinder Mahal and Rusev, they finally decide to turn Rusev face, a full face, and have him right and have him, you know what I'm saying, have a rivalry, which is not going to happen because they both foreigners and they that's never going to work with Vince. But if he does, if he makes it happen, I'll be happy with that. But if not, Rusev might be leaving because it's been rumors that Rusev is not happy.
Yep.
And he might be out the door, which will be a travesty because right now he is pushing so much merch. He is so over and he deserves better than what he's got. And I wouldn't blame him if he did leave, but I would be very, very sad. But at the end of the day, Jinder Mahal is a champ. We're going to hear it on SmackDown. Oh my gosh, America this, America that, what she's going to do because he's a great heel. So I'm going to hate it, but in the inside of me, the true fans going to be like, yes, that's what we need, a nice, great heel promo from a foreigner that's going to hate America, blah, blah, blah. But Rusev deserves better. I'm ending with Rusev deserves better. That's all I'm going to say about it. But congratulations, Agenda.
Right. And if Kyron Chase was on here with us, he'd be saying the same thing on your side, just like he was on Thursday night. And he might be able to be on, I'm sure he will be, this upcoming Thursday with my team and hopefully some other guests, whether Blue is able to or not, to talk again WrestleMania, the aftermath of WrestleMania. We're on SmackDown, subsequently after, and all the craziness that I'm sure will go down on both shows because there's a couple of things that need to be addressed when we get to both Raw and SmackDown. We'll talk about it when we talk about those matches that happened here at WrestleMania. Moving right along to the matches, I just saw here in the chat that Boss Gamer Bro said to him was the match of the night. Ronda Rousey and Kurt Angle facing off against Triple H and Stephanie McMahon there in the tag team mixed tag team match there. I know heading into the match, a lot of people were wondering and worried that Ronda Rousey wouldn't deliver and the match would suck. It'd be worst match ever. And why did they do it? And all the other stuff that probably would have been said on social media. But I say Ronda Rousey delivered. I would say this match delivered. And I would agree with Boss Gamer Bra here in the chat that this match, at least to me, a contender for match of the night. At the end of going through the matches, I'll share which match I say is the match of the night, but definitely contender. Kurt Angle and Ronda Rousey getting a win, of course. I mean, that seemed obvious, and glad that it played out to be that way. Rousey tapping out Stephanie McMahon, haven't heard most of the match. But again, Kurt Angle, Ronda Rousey defeating Triple H and Stephanie McMahon. The only issue I have with the match, which is why in the end it might not win match of the night to me, was when Triple H and Angle were facing off against each other. I don't want to be disrespectful because they're two of the best in the game. They're two of the best in WWE, but they just look like slow turtles trying to wrestle together. I mean, it just did not look as smooth as it should. I mean, I'm sorry, especially at the end or near the end, or at one point where I thought it was going to be the end, the double submission thing, which I did predict, not only them winning, but winning that way. And when Kurt Angle was putting Triple H in the ankle lock, if you rewatch that part, it just literally looks like Triple H is just slowly laying down for Angle to do the ankle lock. I'm sorry, it just didn't look as smooth and fluid from those two and those two interaction than I thought. Maybe I'm right or wrong, but that's just how I saw it while I was watching the match. But beyond that, Ronda Rousey and Stephanie McMahon, both of them, not just Rousey, not Rousey carrying Stephanie, both of them delivering, both of them maybe carrying for their male counterparts. I would say that. But what were your thoughts on the mixed tag match and the result?
Amazing. 10 times better than I thought it was going to be. I thought it was Ronda and Triple H. I mean, Ronda and Kurt was going to go in there. It's going to be nothing but Kurt and Triple H the whole match. And then Ronda does a couple of moves and Stephanie was over. But that didn't happen at all. It was so well done. And Stephanie McMahon was the MVP of that match to me. Like, she was holding her own against Ronda, and she was doing some things in there that was definitely helping Ronda look even better than she already is. Oh my goodness. And props to Ronda. I mean, like, I could tell she was a little nervous, of course. I mean, shoot. So first match, WrestleMania, 70,000 fans. Of course you're going to be nervous. But she held her own. The only thing I didn't like was her outfit. That ring attire was atrocious. I'm sorry. I like the shirt. Keep the shirt. But the Spanx and the black and all that, change that. change all of that. Okay, that was terrible. But other than that, like I agree with you with the Triple H and Kurt Angle was definitely sluggish. And then the women definitely carried that match for me. It was more exciting. And like I said, Stephanie was the MVP. She made Ronda look hella strong, and it was great. It was great. Like I would have almost put it match of the night if it wasn't for a couple of like one match we'll talk about later when we get to it. But this match was definitely a lot better than I thought it was. And I just want to give big props to all 4 participants, especially Ronda and Stephanie McMahon. They put on a great show for us, and I loved it.
And moving on to the next match, another match that when I predicted the winner, I think specifically from Mark, gave me a look for predicting it. But the triple threat match for the SmackDown Live Tag Team Championships, the Bludgeon Brothers defeating the Usos and the New Day to become the new SmackDown Live Tag Team Champions. I thought it was a pretty good match. Again, the reason why I picked the Bludgeon Brothers is because the way they were built up, storyline-wise, heading into WrestleMania, and why at the grandest stage of them all, like this is WrestleMania. This is where, well, streaks sometimes go to end if you're going to New Orleans for WrestleMania, but in the end for WrestleMania overall is where feuds are made to end themselves, ending feuds. It's not really to start feuds, and it's not really to be a continuation to the end game of a feud, i.e. like Fastlane or i.e. Fastlane to WrestleMania, or a back or Extreme Rules to an Elimination Chamber or whatever, or to SummerSlam or whatever. It's not a continuation of it; it's to end it. So the way the Bludgeon Brothers were booked and everything, that the Usos title reign and then finally being on the main card for a WrestleMania, all those ingredients added in to me formulated the Bludgeon Brothers to win the match. And I, luckily, because in the end it's all luck, was right in the prediction of the Bludgeon Brothers winning. What were your thoughts on this triple threat tag team match? And in the end, the Bludgeon Brothers getting the championships.
I was a little disappointed on this one too. I should have I don't know. I guess the fan in me wanted to have wanted the Usos to have their moment. I think they deserved it to have their moment. But the analyst in me was like, okay, of course the Bludgeon Brothers should have went in there, should have did exactly what they did. Dominate the whole match, destroy the Usos and the New Day because they have already done it. We already saw it. So they did exactly that, and they won the titles. Congratulations to them. But the little kid fan in me was just like, come on, let the Usos have this one moment. They finally have a match. After all these years, finally have a match at WrestleMania. Let them have their shining moment, and then have the Bludgeon Brothers destroy them on SmackDown or something. I would have been happy with that. But it's all good, though. Congratulations to the Bludgeon Brothers, man. They're going to be holding them titles for a minute. I don't know who they're going to be feuding with besides Usos or New Day, but it's going to be crazy. But congratulations to them.
That's true. Now that tag team match was awesome. I especially love like Xavier Woods, like saying the Green Rangers, Dragon Show thing, like dun 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 dun. But still, like they deserve to be champion. They should have been champion like a couple of years ago, to be honest. Like with the Wyatt family and stuff. Like they should have been champion a couple of years ago, but they did not do it because again WWE booking. And I am glad for the Uso being in the main card after years being in pre-show matches and God knows what. Because I'd rather be in the main card and lose and not be in the card at all. Then go back to that tag team, that mixed tag team match against It happened around 29. It was the Funkin' Doctors and the Bullet Twin. Wait, I forgot who the Bullet Twin were during that time. They put out like a match at Mania. Instead, they canceled it due by Rock, Cena, all that other crap. So they have it on Raw instead. So I would be happy for the Uso even be in Mania. Especially the Uso being in WWE that over 5 or 8 years or so.
All right. I'm moving right along. Undertaker John Cena match actually happened. Anyway, we got to that point, but either way, we had the match. Undertaker getting the win made the most sense. John Cena calling him out, calling him names. If we're gonna have the match, why have John Cena be the one to go over? So let's go to Blue. Your thoughts on Undertaker Cena? How it all came about, and Undertaker getting pretty much a squash victory.
Yo, I thought they was gonna troll the hell out of us, yo. I was so mad. I don't know. Like, if you watch my live stream, I was so pissed when Cena came out there, right? And then the ref, the extra ref came out of nowhere, was like telling him something, and Cena was getting mad. And then you see Elias come out. I was like, you got to be kidding me. You got to be kidding me. My whole chat was cussing me out like I did something wrong. And I was mad. I was like, you guys to be kidding. And then when the lights went out and the music hit, the gong hit, and the Undertaker came out, oh my gosh. And it was beautiful. The very first match I've watched when I was a little kid. And I remember like my very first memory of watching wrestling was The Undertaker versus The Undertaker. That was the first match I remember ever watching. And it got me into WWE, and it got me loving wrestling ever since. And I love The Undertaker. He's been my idol ever since. So for me to see The Undertaker come out there, you see me how I'm close to the camera with my hands like this, because this is how emotional I am about this. To see The Undertaker come out there tonight, you know what I'm saying, after all the rumors, after everything, to see him come out, look amazing, and squash John Cena, I was so happy. I almost shed a couple of tears. I was so happy to see that. I'm so glad he did that. I'm so glad it was booked that way. It was great. I loved it. Seeing the power driver, it was so good. And I hope we get to see Undertaker again next year, or even me before then, do something. I don't know. We'll see what happens going forward. But tonight, I'm going to enjoy tonight because it was great. It was great.
LPH?
You know what? The whole Cena Undertaker thing, like, for months, Cena's like desperate for having a Wrestlemania match. Like, I need a Wrestlemania match. I know. I would fit AJ Styles and win. Nope. I would be Universal Champion. Nope. I don't have no match. So, I have no choice, but I called The Undertaker. Undertaker did not came. I called The Undertaker. Kane came, but not The Undertaker. Give me Undertaker. It doesn't matter which version of it. It doesn't matter Misery, Big Evil. It doesn't matter by some other fake Undertaker. They gave me Undertaker. Okay, then Mania came. He's in the crowd, watching some good matches. Good for him, keeping his promise. And then the ref came at the Oscar and Charlotte match. Was a good match. And this happened. Cena, he's here. Then out of nowhere, he just said goodbye and went into the back. So a couple of like hours later or so, Cena come out and say, I want The Undertaker. Where's The Undertaker? Then Elias came. And then this happened. Cena put the 5 moves to them on Elias, and Cena don't go back home. That Undertaker gear from last year, in the middle of the ring, done the hits, and boom. Undertaker, that come back. And Undertaker beat the hell out of Cena because you talking shit about him. Undertaker want to retire, want to rest. You woke up the demon. And look what happened. You got your ass kicked. You got choked down, tombstone, whatever. And Undertaker said, fuck this shit, I out. Yeah, it's a good one for Taker. So, this is what happens. When you call Undertaker and talking shit, and you don't back that up, you get your ass kicked. The more the story is, don't fuck with the Undertaker.
Oh yeah, well that should always be known. But anyways, moving right along to the next match, Daniel Bryan and Shane McMahon defeating Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn. I'll just throw it to Blue right away. What are your thoughts there on the mixed tag match and Shane and Bryan getting the win?
I was scared, man. Like after I heard what happened to Shane and then Daniel Bryan just got cleared, I was so scared. I was cringing the whole time. Honestly, I just didn't like. Shane kept grabbing his stomach. I don't know if he was working it or if it was real. And then Daniel Bryan was gone for half the match, and I was just like, oh, I was. It's crazy because I was so hyped. I guess because I was so hyped to see Daniel Bryan back that I totally just like forgot that these dudes were like pretty much not 100% right now. Like Daniel Bryan just got cleared, Shane McMahon going through some stuff. And then it kind of hit me as the match was going on. So instead of me being hyped, I was just like scared that they might get injured. But Shane McMahon put that work in. And then when Daniel Bryan finally came back and did his work, man, it was so good to see. It was so good to see Daniel Bryan and the Yes Movement loud and thunderous. And it was so good to see him move around the ring, do what he does best, man. I was so happy for him. And then when they got the win and see him go over to Bree, it was a good moment for me. So I'm so glad that they won. Kevin Owens, Sami Zayn, we'll see you tomorrow on Raw, bro. You know what I'm saying? Welcome to the Monday Night Raw roster. We'll see y'all tomorrow night. But great win overall, and I hope those guys are all right. And I hope Daniel Bryan continue to have good matches like that.
Okay.
You know what? The whole, like, what happened to Shane and the whole Daniel Bryan comeback story. It was awesome. It was good. And in the back of my mind, and, the Daniel Bryan stuff, it does remind me of something. No, it did it up for Daniel Bryan, not the whole Shane stuff. I know, like, some people probably don't watch no anime, but you know Naruto, right? And the character Rocky. And Rocky had this, awesome fight against Gara. Because of that fight, he broke his arm and his leg in the process. And, because of that injury, he cannot, be a ninja anymore. But for somehow, because some willpower and some, this and that stuff, he able to be a ninja again. And I look at Daniel Bryan, like, Daniel Bryan tried his damnness to go back to the ring, try new moves. But, the power of WWE and that stupid lawsuit a couple of years ago, with kind of wanting it over now. Daniel Bryan back in the freaking ring, wrestling again. We thought, like, he probably going to use WWE and probably wrestle like in Ring of Honor or go to Japan or UK or whatever. No, he's a wrestler in the same arena where he won the WWE title. He's not even supposed to be in the main event. Daniel Bryan is got a freaking miracle in the heavens, and God bless Bryan Danielson sometimes. Because, like, in the end of the day, yeah, it's basically a tag team match, but if you look at the real story, it's basically the Daniel Bryan comeback in retrospect. It's supposed to be like, Sami Zayn coming on for the Sami Man, whoever. It's the Daniel Bryan comeback story at the end of the day. And that's a good story. And that's a good match also.
All right. Now I have to move it along here. It's getting late in the evening. Nia Jax defeating Alexa Bliss to become the new Raw Women's Champion. Again, I did a live reaction to this match, just like I did for the SmackDown Live Women's Championship match. I was happy with Nia Jax getting the win, though I am a big fan of Alexa Bliss as well, of course. But Nia Jax made sense, storyline. You have you're being bullied. Why not have the ultimate payoff at WrestleMania? Have her get the title, have a reign, and go from there. So, Blue, your thoughts on the match and Nia winning the championship?
Went exactly according to plan. Nia winning the title finally. She been deserved the title, but I'm glad she won it at WrestleMania. And this match actually lasted longer than I thought it was gonna last. I thought Nia Jax was gonna squash her because you know what I'm saying. I mean, I know it's WrestleMania, but I was looking at the time and I was like, man, we still got so many matches to go. So I thought it was gonna be a squash match. But I'm glad that Nia got the win and is over.
Yeah, I was happy for Nia Jax there. Made sense again, like I said, to have her with the championship and Bliss, them being best friends in real life, having an issue, to doing the job and putting over Nia Jax and in the way that match went, certainly seemed fun to me for that to be the way that it went. I mean, Nia Jax. So congratulations to Nia Jax. In the end, congratulations to you being and becoming the new Raw Women's Champion. Now heading to the WWE Championship match. AJ Styles actually retaining his championship against Shinsuke Nakamura. So, what are your thoughts on the match there with Shinsuke and AJ actually retaining?
I thought it was disrespectful actually, because like I was talking with my chat and I was like, how do you have both Royal Rumble winners not win the title? And then some of my subscribers was like, well, you know how Vince is with foreign born superstars and they both being Japanese, and I was like, you got a point. And I was just like, I mean, I love AJ Styles. That's my favorite superstar currently in the WWE. So I was happy to see him retain, but at the same time, I was like, Shinsuke should have won. Shinsuke should have won. And then to have Shinsuke turn heel as well, I was like, what? I was like, are you serious? First he loses, then he turns heel. I'm just like, wow. I hope it pushes him. You know what I'm saying? And then he wins it at SummerSlam or something. But right now, I thought it was a little disrespectful. I thought at least Asuka or Shinsuke, one of them should have won a title. Just for, you know what I'm saying, diplomatic reasons. I think at least one of them should have won the title. But to have both of them not win the title tonight, it was kind of like, Vince, we're gonna have the conversation again, bro, because you can't be doing this. You can't be doing this. But end of the day, AJ Styles won. It was a great match. It was definitely I definitely think it should have lasted. It should have went a little longer. Actually, they gave them like 10 more minutes, and I think they should have more freedom. It seemed like they was kind of restricted on everything they could have done. I think it could have been a lot better. It could have been if like from the Wrestle Kingdom match. I don't know if you ever watched that.
Yes, I finally was able to watch it.
It was
last week WrestleMania week. Yeah,
it was off. It was good. Phenomenal. So I think if they would have had a little bit more time and a little bit more freedom, it would have been just as good as that, or even better. But overall, it was a great match. I'm disappointed that Shinsuke didn't win, and I'm like really disappointed he turned heel like that. But it's whatever. We'll see what happens on Tuesday, why and all that other stuff. But for now, congratulations to AJ Styles.
Yeah, I didn't even think about it with the two Royal Rumble winners and not winning, both Japanese superstars, and then winning the Rumble, so getting that nod, but not winning at WrestleMania in their championship matches. Is it because of their limited English speaking and not being able to cut promos as much? And as champions, you have to do that. But then again, especially in Asuka's case, she's just a bad ass. She's an ass kicker. She doesn't really need to talk too much on the mic. And just in Nakamura's case, that might have been more of an issue, but then it's your own fault. You booked Nakamura into that position to become champion. So there you go. So I think having them as challengers was, again, maybe in subsequently Vince McMahon's mind, again, trying to consider otherwise and other reasons, but now it would probably made sense to at least have one of them become the champion. But again, the reason why I picked both of them not to win was because of each situation, getting themselves with Charlotte to break the streak of Asuka and AJ Styles to retain for reasons that I think champions might be switching brands, main champions, but we'll see what that happens if there is a draft or a superstar shakeup right there. So it certainly will be interesting to see how everything moves forward. But congratulations to AJ Styles winning. Nakamura turning heel was a surprise to me. I definitely didn't see that one coming. I was shocked and awed by that as well. So certainly going to see how everything plays out. Again, the aftermath. We'll find out what the aftermath is of WrestleMania when we head to SmackDown Live on Tuesday. Moving right along to the buffer match before we get to the main event, and that's Braun Strowman and his mystery partner facing off against Sheamus and Cesaro for the WWE Raw Tag Team Champions. In the end, his surprise and his special guest, really in the end, but his tag team partner in the end is a kid named Nicholas, a member of the WWE Universe. So hey, the kid got his moment. He'll remember it forever. Had that DVD, Close to Start Forever there. So good for him. But certainly was not the way I thought it was going to go. From the get-go, thought it was going to be the Big Show, was going to be the tag team partner, and Big Show would cost him, and the Bar would retain, and then they would have their feud and have a match at Backlash or whatever, and put Big Show out of his misery, being a career match and this and that. But that wasn't the case, and Braun in the end did win the Raw Tag Team titles. I do think that something's going to go down Monday, tomorrow night, that decision is going to be reversed because you have a member of the WWE Universe, a child, being one half of the Raw Tag Team Champions. So, not being an actual wrestler, a licensed wrestler or whatever, as people were saying on Twitter. I think that's going to be one of the things going down, because I'm sure that's going to be one of the questions heading into Raw, as they have hyping up Raw, of the many other questions, who could be returning and the debuts, because Raw up there. And the other one being, will Braun Strowman keep his tag team title because, due to having a member of the WWE Universe as co-champion, as one half of the Raw Tag Team Champion. So what were your thoughts on all of it? And all of it in the end, and Braun Strowman becoming one half, or really becoming the Raw Tag Team Champions?
My bad, it's a beeping noise in the back. But okay, WWE, you open up a can of worms. You want this kid to be Raw Tag Team Champion? Okay, he better be at Raw tomorrow. He better cut a promo. He better be at every pay-per-view, every live event. I better see him do a couple of moves in the ring. Or if none of that happens, Braun Strowman and that kid better get stripped of those Raw Tag Team titles. Why did this happen? Why? I
can tell you why. I can tell you
why.
I can tell you right now, my bro. Simply for as Stephanie McMahon says, and even Triple H, but not as exuberant. We do this. We're WWE. We put smiles on people's faces, and for WrestleMania, the WrestleMania moments, not just WrestleMania moments for fans that are attending or watching their superstars, whatever, win matches and those type of moments, but moments individually for said member of WWE Universe. So in WWE's mind, having this kid specifically, because I'm sure that planned beforehand, being picked to be Braun Strowman's partner was a moment for him, of course, and a moment for his family and this and that, smile people's faces and this and that. So that aspect of it, again, remember WWE being half soap opera, half, also adhering and to audience members that are our age or older and otherwise, the older generation, the Attitude Era generation, I guess you can dub it, having those moments, so to speak, at WrestleMania. But this part was for the kids, and specifically for that kid, and having his moment there in that sense. So I think that's the why. That's the why they did it. I'm still confused of why they did it overall, but that would be my only answer to that. WWE giving that child that moment, and also kind of having a little fun with this whole Braun Strowman thing, instead of going all the way up, not just having him have a handicap match, like as I was saying heading into the pay-per-view itself on Thursday's prediction episode, that it seems like, or Braun would have to have a tag team partner. It's going to have to be somebody. And then when he did say on the mic that, it's not going to be anybody back, it's going to be one of you, then I'm like, okay, which one of these are plants? I'm trying to see here in the front row who is going to be one that's going to be selected, and he just walks through in some way, waves back. All right, but so I think that was kind of a thing there for the kid. I think it also was kind of a trolling thing with older fans, that may not get the why, or get the why, but still get pissed off about it, and other reasons too. I think it's just supposed to be a lighthearted moment, cool moment for the kids specifically, and like I said, the words of Stephanie McMahon, putting smiles specifically on that kid's face, and again, the segment 4, the kids, and again, also just a funny comedy, almost like a comedy segment, really. that involves Braun Strowman and the Raw Tag Team Championships. So you use the Raw Tag Team Championships and a superstar that is pretty dang over to have what almost seems like a publicity stunt. So as much as I get the why, and I'm trying to explain it, that's just how I saw it. So I'll let you continue on your analysis.
It's still dumb, Steve. It's still a kid. I thought it was a little girl. I'm saying to my live chat.
That's what I thought right away.
Little girl.
And
then he said, "What's your name, little boy?" I'm like, "That's a boy."
That haircut got me.
Yeah, like a little girl. I was like, "This is the dumb." I mean, I understand your reasoning and I agree, but I still think it's dumb as f. I just couldn't get behind it. I couldn't get behind it. I thought it was cheesy. It was dumb, and unbelievable. But anyway, I think it was dumb, and I hope tomorrow they fix this. Okay, I don't know what they're gonna do, but just fix it. Okay, please. Let's just move on, Steve. Let's just move on.
Whether they strip Braun of the title, and of course the kid too, or Braun has to pick a WWE superstar, then they're the 1/2 champions. Then there's the rematch on Raw with the Bar, and the Bar get the title back some way, somehow. Maybe what I thought was going to happen at WrestleMania with Big Show or whoever it would be, then costing Braun, and he loses the titles, and we go our merry way, as I thought was going to happen at WrestleMania. But let's move on to that main event. That main event that went completely, totally different. I don't know if you've ever seen this movie entitled Alexander and the Terrible, Horrible, No Good, Very Bad Day. Well, this match certainly felt terrible, horrible, no good, very bad in all reasons. Predictions, match, Brock being Brock, I guess, whatever. And Roman Reigns and he not taking the W. Yeah, that was crazy. Because didn't we hear the rumors heading into this match that isn't the reason why most of it, or 98% of the WWE universe, I would almost say 100% of the WWE universe, picked Roman Reigns to defeat Brock Lesnar because Dana White himself spoketh that that Brock Lesnar was coming to the UFC, that he was going to be signed. Mm-hmm. He's going to have bouts there. So Vince McMahon would not have Brock Lesnar still have one of his championships in UFC, which is a competing company in a way with MMA and the UFC. So having Brock Lesnar retain the title, and now whether he will go or not, is he going to be dropping the title on the Raw? Is he actually going to be staying? Is he actually going to be every week? I doubt it, and I also doubt it. So what's really going to be going on? Because I don't need another year of that title not being on Raw. Well, what were your thoughts on the match and the surprising outcome?
Now, this is when I knew something was screwy. I don't know if you noticed during at the end of the Ronda Rousey Kurt Angle match, they showed the crowd and Dana White was in the crowd.
Yeah, he was wearing the Ronda Rousey shirt.
And so I'm like, what the hell is Dana? I know Dana White, you know what I'm saying? He's big with Rousey, but I was like, something's going on here. And then when they got to Brock Lesnar and Roman Reigns, Steve, 5 F5s. One of those F5s through a table, okay? And Roman Reigns kicked out of every single one, okay? Before I even get to Brock winning the match, which is crazy. This is what I said it. This is why people hate Roman Reigns. Nobody's been kicking out of any F5s for like the past year. Nobody. It's been one F5 and it's a wrap. Okay. Now, when Brock Lesnar faced the Undertaker, it took 3 F5s and the Undertaker submitted. For Roman Reigns, you can tell me it took 6 F5s to pin Roman Reigns. Okay, this is why people hate Roman Reigns. 6 F5s, one of them through a table. You got to be kidding me, okay? And at that point, I'm still thinking Roman was going to win the match. I was like, okay, he just did his 5th F5. I'm like, it doesn't even matter. Roman Reigns could be bloodied all he won. He's still going to hit 1 spear and 1 Superman punch, and it's going to be a wrap, okay? But then they swerved us and had Brock win. What? I couldn't believe it. Brock Lesnar winning this match is the worst decision I've seen in a long time. He's already held the title for a year. since last WrestleMania. And we've seen the title maybe 5 times since then. A little bit more, but you get the gif. Yep. And it's just like, why? I mean, as much as we hate, you know what I'm saying? Well, I don't personally hate Roman Reigns, but as much as people hate Roman Reigns, we all agreed that we would rather have him as champion than Brock Lesnar.
Yeah, those guys are ready for him to at least have a reign, so then someone could take it off him.
Exactly. But to see Brock Lesnar retain, like, where do we go from here? Who's he gonna face now? Roman Reigns again? Like, maybe, like, I don't know. I mean, unless if they stripping Braun, I don't know if Braun's gonna be in the picture for a while. Like, who is he gonna face now? Like, who's gonna be the next opponent for Brock? I see nobody else but Roman Reigns, unless, you know what I'm saying, unless the Big Cass come back, or Samoa Joe, or if the rumors about Bobby Lashley, which I kind of don't even see either one of those matches either. But anyway, except for Samoa Joe, that's my boy. But I just can't believe that. I mean, like, I just can't believe it. I understand they want to swerve, you know what I'm saying, keep it unpredictable. You know what I'm saying? Oh, yeah, everybody's picking Roman, so let's just have Brock win. At the end of the day, man, that's bad business, because even though we already knew we all picked Roman, we want Roman to win because we don't want to see the title not on Raw tomorrow. You know what I'm saying? Like, so it's just like, and the match was so, like, I didn't enjoy the match at all. I didn't enjoy it. The fans, I don't know if you noticed, the fans wasn't in it either. They kept screaming for something that was in the rafters, or something was going on. This fans was all, they chanted, "This is awful." They chanted boring. They chanted bullshit. It was just overall just a bad environment. At one point,
they were chanting CM Punk.
They was chanting everything, and then, like I said, it was. I think some of my people in my channel would say it was beach balls all around. They waited to like this match to throw the beach balls out, and it was just bad. But congratulations to Brock Lesnar, though. He's still our Universal Champion. And hopefully he's there tomorrow night. Hopefully he gets a new opponent that's going to actually beat him. And either that, or he's going to keep, I think he's going to keep the title all the way to SummerSlam. And if he keeps the title all the way to SummerSlam, I don't know, man. I think he's going to keep it all the way to SummerSlam.
You know, and you don't know, it might irritate, that's the word, irritate you. What they might do is, remember when with the John Cena Rock situation after the first WrestleMania, then the night after on that Raw after WrestleMania, right then and there, they made the match for the next WrestleMania.
Oh God, I hope they never do that again.
Once in a lifetime turned into twice in a lifetime. Well, in this situation, once, almost three times, because the first time was interrupted by Seth Rollins in the cash-in, but thrice in a lifetime might be already announced the night after the last WrestleMania, and you have a whole year to build. Brock Lesnar doing his whole UFC thing. He's going to be going away anyways. He's staying Universal Champion. I don't know how the heck that's going to be able to be salvaged for the whole year without him having really title reigns. And you have that match again at WrestleMania 35, and finally, at that point, you have Roman getting the win. Now, that would be something that wouldn't shock me.
They better not do that. No. No, I've never want to see a match booked a year in advance again. I hated it when Cena and The Rock did it. No. Hell no.
Oh man. And well, I did see Dana White there, like you said, in the audience after Ronda Rousey and Kurt Angle got the win over 70-man Triple H. Now, what I heard from Twitter was that it was reported from Dana White on Twitter, and his Twitter, or somewhere on the Twitter, that he was there to sign Brock Lesnar after the Universal title match. That's why he was there, to support Ronda and to sign Brock back to UFC after the match. So what also could happen on Raw, which probably won't, but you know, me trying to think out of the box, is WWE having this moment where they feel like they have to strip Brock of the title because Brock informs the fans that he's signing. You know, this is all storyline, of course, but Brock informing the fans, or through Paul Heyman, that he's going to UFC, this and that, and that all the rumors were correct and heading into WrestleMania, and however they worded it in the promo. And Stephanie and Kurt Angle have to come out and say you have to relinquish the title. You're not going to be here, not let alone for the 30 days for whatever months you're going to be away doing your UFC thing and matches and preparing and however they were. So that could be another way that could go down. And maybe not a tournament, but we have a couple qualifying matches for a six-pack challenge match or something that's going to happen at Backlash to crown a new Universal Champion. So the championship is vacant for a whole month. Instead of having Roman win and just the champion being on the show every week. But either way, he booked it this way, so now we have to move forward it this way. So that could be another way. Again, just out of the box, probably won't happen that way, but I'm just trying to tie in the whole MMA situation and, reality to fiction and, how the WWE likes to blur the lines on that too, So I don't know. That could be an option. How do you see things going down on Monday Night Raw in regards to Brock Lesnar Universal title?
Oh, man. I see him coming out, celebrating, Paul Heyman talking the whole time, and then I see Roman. I just see Roman. I see him coming out, and I see him challenging for the shot, and then getting it. That's what I see. I'm so that's what I see. I'm sorry, WWE Universe. I hate to do it to you, but I can see it. As you got Brock Lesnar celebrate with Paul Heyman, and then here comes Roman. Oh, blah, 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 blah. I get another shot because I'm Super Roman and I kicked out a 5 at 5 before you hit me with the 6. So that's how I see it, man. I'm so over Brock Lesnar being Universal Champion. I'm so over it.
I feel the sadness in your voice. You've been bringing that up. Bringing that scenario up. We'll certainly see. Maybe it might even start the show off, so at least you can get out of the way. But we'll certainly see how it goes down. But overall, WrestleMania pretty good, I would say. If I voted on my own Insta poll that is still up, and it's up for 24 hours. Again, WWE_podcast. People are welcome to retweet it so their fans can see it too. But it's up for 24 hours there. And if I voted on my own poll, I probably would say that it was great. I'd probably say it was great. Give it a A- grade. And
I'm sorry to interrupt you, Steve, but I just hate the fact because this WrestleMania, I agree, this WrestleMania was great. And I hate the fact that those two matches ended the show because it just left everybody on a down. So many people's going to hate, is going to say they hated this WrestleMania only because of those last two matches. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people's going to hate, even though, the younger audience probably going to love it, but the hardcore audience is going to hate that Braun Strowman moment. And then everybody and mama already is going to hate, the ending because it was Brock Lesnar and Roman Reigns, but it should have been Shinsuke and AJ Styles. So it's to me, that WrestleMania, me and my chat, we was enjoying the hell out of WrestleMania. All the matches were great. There was nothing bad about WrestleMania all the way up to when Braun Strowman decided to pick a freaking kid, little boy out of the audience to be his tag team partner. Other than that WrestleMania out of 10 for me, 8.5. Great WrestleMania.
And what match would you say on the card be your match of the night?
Oh yeah, match of the night. I forgot about that. Match of the night for me was definitely Shinsuke and AJ, as I knew it was gonna be. I just thought it was great. I thought it was just hard hitting, back and forth. The audience was loving it. I was loving it, and it didn't end the way I thought it was gonna end. But I can't fault it for that. It was definitely my match of the night.
Hey, bro, would you like to take a guess which match do you think is my match of the night?
I'm gonna go with Jinder Mahal winning. Either that or freaking Charlotte. One of the two.
You're a smart man. But officially, my match of the night is Charlotte Flair versus Asuka for the SmackDown Live Women's Championship, and Charlotte Flair retaining and ending the streak. Yes, Jinder Mahal winning the title is number 2 for me, and I'm certainly going to enjoy it even more so on Thursday when I have my whole team here and I'll play the music and all the other stuff. But it certainly was a good match. It's a good show. Good job, WrestleMania. Good job, WWE specifically. Hopefully next year I'll be there in person, but we'll see. Moving along to the next WrestleMania being in NYC. They're at MetLife Stadium, the home of the Giants and the Jets, the NFL teams there. So I'll let Blue promote his channel and things that he has upcoming, where people can find him on social media.
Hey, well, I am Blue. Officially, I am Blue X Demon X. You can find me here on YouTube, Blue X Demon X, or you can find me on Twitter at Blue X Demon X. There's only 2 social media platforms I have. I'm gonna try to start doing more live streaming for Raw and SmackDown like I used to. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna try. I'm a busy man. I'm a busy man. That's why I only do pay-per-views. Now come on Steve's show, you know what I'm saying, when he wants me to come on here. And I appreciate it every time he asks me to come on the show. So other than that, I've been busy, man. So we'll see if I can get that out. And then I'll definitely try to start doing like more types of other videos. I got plans. You know what I'm saying? I don't know if y'all noticed, but I actually moved. That's why I get this green screen behind me. So I'm in a new spot. I just moved to this new spot. So I'm gonna try to do some new things now that I moved, and we'll see what happens. But Steve, once again, man, thank you so much for having me, man. WrestleMania was great, and see you hopefully probably Thursday if you have me for your prediction episode. I mean for your review episode, and I'll be on there for there. So thank you so much, man.
Cool. But I gotta say, now and maybe even Thursday, your name works for you, at least for this week, because you do feel blue. You do feel blue about the situations that happened tonight at WrestleMania that you're talking about now, and then you'll be talking about hopefully Thursday on the show again. So blue fits you this week, So blue over at Blue X Demon X, that channel, and also he's wearing a blue shirt, so he is repping the name there. So good for Blue. Hopefully, he doesn't feel as blue when Jinder Mahal continues his title reign.
Oh God!
And Thursday we will have Jinder Appreciation Night. So there you go.
Oh God!
Just be ready, bro. But anyways, you're welcome to follow me on Twitter at W_podcast. Welcome to subscribe to the channel. Ring the bell when be part of the notification squad here. Know when I go live with the next video. Thank you all for watching live or archive. Thank you for those that were in the chat, Bro Screaming Bro and Braun Rollins, for being in the chat. Welcome to subscribe to the channel as well. Enjoy the rest of your evening that is left, or now we're into the next day here, Central Time. And so enjoy your Monday. See you for the Raw review after Monday Night Raw. And then, of course, see you Thursday for Steve's Wrestling Ramble. As always, take care.